We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Amy,
I think you're muted.
Yes.
DeLucry,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, next up, we need approval of payroll requisition list and operating expenses. Can we have a motion and second?
So.
Jim, would it be helpful if there's people who aren't speaking at this time to have all the mics muted? I just think we're getting everybody.
They should be, yeah. I don't know why that one's not muting.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, was there a motion and second?
Yes, I made the motion.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Thierry,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
DeLucry,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
For, I guess, our discussion on the 2019 municipal audit, we're waiting for Leon to come in. Do we need to make an official motion to table it for now, or can we just adjust it to a later point in the agenda?
Len?
I would say you could just wait till he joins the meeting later.
All right, then we'll just put that on hold for right now. All right, so we'll open up our meeting right now for public comments. This is on agenda items only, so if anyone in the public would like to speak about any of our agenda items, please, I guess, signal to the city manager and we'll recognize you at this time. Do we see anybody? I think Jim's frozen right now. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Vince. I switched over to my cell phone, so at least I can keep the meeting running without losing anything.
All right, perfect.
And I just heard from our auditor. He was directed for our next meeting. He's not prepared for this meeting, so we have to put him on the 19th.
All right. Do we need to just take any official action now, or just we can just hold that for the next meeting?
We can just hold it for the next meeting.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, we're going to close public comment at this time. We have ordinance number 7 of 2020, which is a public hearing and adoption. And this is an ordinance to amend the city code of the city of Brigantine, chapter 284, section 44, schedule 8, for stop sign intersections. And this is for a stop sign at the intersection of Shipmaster Drive and Lighthouse Drive. Can we have a motion and second?
So moved.
Second.
Perfect. So we'll open it up to public comment at this time. So anybody wishing to be heard on the issue of the stop sign at Shipmaster and Lighthouse, just signal to the manager and we'll recognize you.
I see none, Vince.
All right, perfect. Then we are going to close the public hearing at this time. Are there any council comments?
Yeah, I'd just like to say this, it's a problematic intersection, and I want to thank Jim, our manager, for getting right on it as soon as he was made aware of it. All the people in the neighborhood, we're looking to see some action, which Jim did, and thank Vince for his follow-up on that.
No problem.
Yes, sir.
Any other council comments?
Just say it's a nice little run there from Harbor Beach Boulevard up to those other intersecting streets. So obviously, I concur with Rick and everybody else involved. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank Rick for working with me on the project. You know, it was an important issue to all the people there. We've been in constant communication with people in the area, and they're very happy to see such quick action. So thanks all very much. Lynn, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Lucre,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have ordinance number 8 of 2020. This is a public hearing and adoption, and this is an ordinance of the City of Brigantine amending Chapter 165, Article 2 of the Code of the City of Brigantine entitled Street Openings. This is basically updating our codes to make sure that if there's major work and openings of our roads, that they're restored to a reasonable manner. So is there a motion and second?
So moved.
Moved.
Thank you. Any, I guess we need a public hearing on this, so anybody wishing to be heard on this issue, signal to our manager and we'll recognize you at this time.
I don't see anybody, Deputy Mayor.
All right, perfect. Then let's close the public hearing. Any final council comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Lucre,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have Resolution 2020-137. This is a resolution by the City of Brigantine authorizing the award of contract to Crest Construction Group LLC for drainage and roadway improvements, Beach Avenue, 8th Street to 10th Street South in the amount of $204,089. Can we have a motion and second?
I'll make that motion.
So moved. Second.
Jim, can you give us an update on this?
Sure. So what we are voting on today is to fix a drainage issue that we've had for some time on Beach Avenue, primarily on the ocean side, so the east side between 8th and 10th, particularly at the corner of 9th and West Beach Avenue. It floods pretty bad there, even during a normal rain. It's starting to cause damage to some of the residents' yards. So we're going to be installing a catch basin and a new piece of outfall, a new piece of drain to reach over to 8th Street South to link up.
All right, perfect. And this project was put out to bid and Crest was the lowest bid. Any other council comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Lucre,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have Resolution 220-138, and this is a resolution of the City of Brigantine authorizing a concessional agreement with Vipley LLC for the electronic sales and distribution of beach tags. The city advertised and accepted sealed proposals on July 28th, 2020 for the implementation of the electronic beach badge system. This contract is for 12 months. And we can exercise 2-year extensions on this contract. We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? Seeing none, we've used Vipley for a couple of years now. It's been very, very successful. I know a lot of other shore communities use it. We're very happy with the service they provide. So it's good to see them back in the mix here. If there's no further comments, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri? Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
DeLucry?
Yes.
Riordan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have resolution 2020-139, and this is on the Governor's Council of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse. This is for our Municipal Alliance Prevention on Alcohol and Drug Abuse grant that we receive every year. And the City Council of Brigantine has applied for funding for the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse through the County of Atlantic. City Council of the City of Brigantine previously authorized a strategic plan for fiscal year 21 through resolution 2020-25 on January 22nd of 2020. Due to the events of COVID-19, the fixed funding for fiscal year 2021 has been revised to a lesser amount. And those amounts are for the DEDR, it's $3,377.59. It's a cash match, which is $854.38, and an in-kind of $2,533.15. Can we have a motion and second?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
One of the big things with the state right now, because a lot of programs weren't able to run and they don't anticipate programs, some of the programs being able to run next year, they've actually reduced some of the funding just based on need. We had a good conversation with our CFO and with the, I guess, with the state on this issue, explaining why they were making these changes. Are there any council comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
DeLucry?
Yes.
Riordan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have resolution 2020-140, and this is authorization for Roberts Engineering Group LLC to submit a Municipal Engineering Project of the Year Award application to the New Jersey Society of Municipal Engineers for the stormwater pump stations at 34th Street, Jenkins Parkway, and Hackney Place projects. We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
I don't know if either John or Jim, if you want to talk about the importance of this award. I know the city has put a lot of work into our pump stations here, and it's good to see Roberts Engineering being recognized for some of the outstanding work we have here in the community.
I can give the top-down view and then give it to John for the details if it's needed. But what this is they're actually applying for the award. And it's something that every year this group of engineers seeks out nominations. And due to the complexity of the projects that they've done here, as you know, we've all witnessed, it's been several years. A lot of both mental and physical work has gone into these projects to link them up into our stormwater systems. And they felt, along with Matt and myself and John, that these projects were worthy of being submitted for nomination because they're to be blunt, they're very impressive. Even from an engineering standpoint, they are a very impressive project. So we obviously want to back them and hope they get the recognition that they deserve because it has done a lot of good for the city of Brigantine. Not to mention, it goes towards our CRS total. So when we get reviewed this year, this is going to help us take that next step.
That's important too, and I really do believe, one, Roberts Engineering should be recognized for this, but also the city has put tremendous efforts into our CRS rating. Right now, we're at a 5, and we're working to get to a 4. And if we achieve a 4, and I should say when we achieve the 4, I believe we'll be the first city or municipality in Atlantic County to do that. And that would mean about a $1.3 million savings for flood insurance for all the property owners here in Brigantine. So it's not just about somebody getting an award, but it's also about making sure that we protect our community and help people get, reductions on their flood insurance as well. Are there any other council comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
rdelucry,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have Resolution 2020-141, which is a rental registration refund. And we have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
rdelucry,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion.
Resolution 2020-142, which is real estate tax refunds. We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
rdelucry,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have our consent agenda. This is the St. Catholic Church raffle license number 921 and Community Presbyterian Church raffle license 922. Can we have a motion and second?
So moved.
Second.
Can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
rdelucry,
Yes.
Riordan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have our council manager committee discussions. Jim, do you have anything for us?
I'll keep it brief, Deputy Mayor. As we're all aware, there are still some power outages on the island. Atlantic City Electric still has close to 1 million in their entire service area without power. Half of City Hall right now is without power, and we are currently waiting for them to get their crews in from other areas, which, with a storm this size and the amount of damage they had, it's taking a while. So, we ask that everybody is patient. If you have a police, fire, or medical emergency, by all means, call 911. But otherwise, please don't call police dispatch to ask about the status of your power or Public Works or City Hall, because we don't have any idea. They don't give us times because they're not sure themselves.
Sure.
So that's all I have at this point, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. And follow up on that too, for specific information, I know you can go on their website and you can actually go on their mobile app, and they do their best to try to update those times, but they have said that they're overwhelmed right now. But to give, people a frame of reference, by the time the storm was over, we had about 1,300 homes in Brigantine without power, and a majority of that was restored within a few hours. I know Atlantic City Electric has over 1,100 homes right now that they've restored power to in Brigantine. And I think there's about 110 left. And one of the things, I know our city manager, Jim Bennett, has been in contact with representatives from ACE, trying to get updates on the repairs and stuff. So thank you for that. But they said some of the issues they have in Brigantine right now are a little bit more complicated than others. They might take a little bit longer, but they do have their crews here and they're committed to obviously stay on the job until they get it done. We'll continue to post updates as we get them, from Atlantic City Electric, and obviously they'll continue to communicate through their media outlets as well. Also, I know a big thing that has come up with people in Brigantine is, the reliability of power in the infrastructure project. And just to let people know, Atlantic City Electric is doing a major infrastructure project here, building a brand new substation on the south end and updating the lines. And they're going to be giving a update on the construction project at September 16th meeting. So if people have questions, they can obviously tune in for that. Let's go to our first ward, Councilwoman Karen Bew.
All right, I just wanted to let everybody know that the golf course is back up and running today. There was tons of debris from houses and trees, and several trees were actually uprooted on the course. I want to thank the staff for working so hard to get everything cleaned up and opened up again. And I have a farmer's market update. The last 2 weeks, I'm hearing an echo.
It's Rick.
All right, let's try. Let's try this again. The last 2 weeks, the farmers markets has averaged about 1,800 shoppers each of the last, actually 3 weeks. We have new vendors each week, and so many shoppers thank us as they enter and leave for providing such a great market. We recently received notice that the Brigantine Farmers Market was recognized by Garden and Health as being one of the 10 best markets in the United States. We stand along with markets in Mapleton, Utah, Minot, North Dakota, Columbia, South Carolina, Bentonville, Arkansas, Emmett, Idaho, Denton, Texas, Ephrata, Pennsylvania, Wasilla, Alaska, and Neshoe, Missouri. Our market was referred to in the article as nestled in the charming coastal community just northeast of Atlantic City. I thought that was great recognition for our market, and great kudos to the volunteers that worked so many hours to get our market up and running. So I want to thank Jeanette Kessler and all the other volunteers for all the great work they've done this year. Thank you.
Wow, that's really impressive. So Karen, we were recognized as one of the top 10 best markets in the whole country.
Yes.
That's really impressive.
It was Garden and Health magazine, I believe. So it was quite impressive.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's go to our second ward, Councilman Paul Lettieri.
Yeah, I feel I'm a little bit at a disadvantage because I was logged in 20 minutes early and then got cut off and couldn't get back on. But I am here on my cell phone. I have before me a petition from the residents of Street South, the 300 block. I've already submitted it to Manager Bennett, and I'd like to read it to you. It does contain 19 bona fide signatures, and it says, there have been numerous vehicle accidents over the last several weeks and prior years on the above referenced street. Navigating the street during high traffic areas is very difficult and hazardous. As a result, the residents of 10th Street South, the 300 block, Brigantine, New Jersey, are requesting a change to the current two-way traffic pattern. The undersigned residents of 10th Street South, 300 block, Brigantine, New Jersey, are requesting that the traffic flow be in one direction, eastbound toward Ocean Avenue, and allow parking on both sides of the street. We assume that a do not enter and a one-way sign will be posted appropriately by your office. Now, I understand that this has to go to the city solicitor, Fred Cerny, for him to draft an ordinance and then come back to council. Hopefully by next meeting, we can get it on the agenda so we can get this approved. I would appreciate your support very much with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul, it's a great issue to bring up. I know there's been some traffic concerns down there. I believe the police department might also have to review it as well. So I think, and I'm not sure if Public Works has to look at it too, but as long as the appropriate city departments review it and everything's good, we can send it to Fred. And if there's no issues, then I would definitely support having it on the next meeting.
Okay. Jim, would you take care of that, or from the petition I submitted you, or do you want me to handle it?
No, I've got it, Paul, no problem at all. I've already got the memo drafted up to the police department and the fire department to let them know that's what we want to do and to raise any concerns. I don't think they'll have a problem with it because it's going to make it easier for them to get equipment down those streets if they have to.
Okay, I appreciate your support.
Yes, sir.
Sure the residents do also.
Yeah,
That's
thank you very much. I was gonna say, Paul, one of the things that really makes it easy too is when you get the petition from the residents there, because one of the things is making sure there's support on the street for that change. So thank you for taking the initiative on that.
You're welcome.
Let's go to our third ward councilman, Dennis Haney.
Thank you, Vince. With our summer season here, with all the pedestrians we have about town and people out just doing whatever, whether it just might be on their bicycles having a ride or stopping in a store or going out to grab a bite to eat, there's obviously much more caution that we need to exercise out there. So regarding this, I spoke to Vince, I spoke to Jim Bennett, I spoke to Chief Casamento, and I thought it would be a good idea if we could get a VMS system, variable messaging signs, we used to call it when I was out on the road as a trooper. And just to give everybody a heads up, just to put a couple extra pumps on the brake or whatever, just basically just advise them of caution. So regarding that, there is one sign up at the, if any people have been coming into town, they would notice this, at the base of the bridge, South Jersey Transportation Authority, who run the expressway. They were nice enough having that major artery there that comes into our town. They posted a sign that just says 1 mile ahead, pedestrians, drive with caution. Obviously, when we get down to that area around Harbor Beach Boulevard and beyond, we approach the Lighthouse District. We have restaurants, we have outdoor dining, there's people out and about walking around. So it's very good, I think, just to give everybody a heads up so they don't get any cowboys, so to speak, coming into town, whether it be on the weekend or in a rush to get to the beach. Just to have everybody put, like I said, a little tap on the brake there, a little tap or 2 or 3, whatever's needed. Also, regarding the Central Business District, I spoke to Paul Lettieri, that is, that being Paul's second ward down there, and to see if we have our own sign, our own VMS sign. Unfortunately, it's down right now. I don't know if John, I know John is swamped with a lot. John Dorian, that is swamped with a lot of things right now. Maybe he can fill us in a little bit regarding the one sign that we have. It needs a little repair, but we're going to get one there, and there's a spot maybe possibly by the library, where the old library and the playroom used to be. Maybe we can get a sign up there to give everybody a heads up. Every once in a while, traffic runs slow through the Central Business District, but all it takes is a little opening in the traffic for somebody maybe to be in a hurry coming down towards the light, and just give them a heads up to slow down. Just take your time. There's people out on the sidewalk doing whatever, like I described earlier. So that's the first item I just wanted to speak about. John, do you know anything about that, by the way? If that sign's coming along? All right. I'll touch base with John later. I don't know if he's muted or maybe away from, he might be away from his computer right now.
Dennis,
Yes, John.
I was a little busy for the past couple days.
Sure, I know you.
I will look into it and I'll let the city manager know so we can let council know.
Thank you, John. I did, maybe you're away from your computer. I did say you're swamped right now with a lot of things. So
Thank you.
I know you got a lot of stuff going on, but appreciate
Hey,
that.
Dana.
Also, with today is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, to quote Fred Rogers. Okay, but yesterday was not such a nice day, right? So we had trees down. I took a little drive around town. Trees that have been there for many, many years. Long Revere Boulevard, we have a lot of our residents have damage to their roofs. The weather up until this point, what I was seeing was like 40 miles an hour tops. Didn't really mention a whole lot about gusts. I'd have to say we had some pretty seriously sustained gusts of 70 miles an hour or so, plus particularly along the shoreline area. So my sympathies go out to all our residents, and I hope they don't have too many troubles, whether it just be the basic elements and very needy things like getting the power back on to fixing up their homes and getting them back in shape. I also tip of the cap to Jimmy Doring and whoever he was with today. I saw him, they were they're taking care of our flagpole as you come into town. So we want Old Glory back up there as soon as we can. So thank you to our public works employees for taking care of that. And along those lines with Old Glory, as we have our August 5th meeting here right now, I just wanted to say that we are sandwiched between 75 years ago, Victory in Europe Day and Victory in Japan Day. Victory in Europe was unofficially May 7th. May 8th was the official day. You want to talk about joyous celebration across our country. I mean, it had to be unimaginable to be there back in those days and see that. Now, come August 14th, I believe was the unofficial day that Japan surrendered, that President Truman announced that. And it wasn't until September 2nd that officially Japan surrendered aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. So with that said, 16 million Americans who were involved in our war, whether they fought overseas or were involved in one way or another, we have 300,000 or so of those veterans left. That's about 2%. So keep all these brave men and women in your prayers. Pleasure this past Memorial Day to see Mr. Williams was out there, Ralph Williams, one of our World War II veterans who resides here, and back on also, I think it was on back in our Veterans Day ceremony for November 11th. I think we had it on August 10th. I'm sorry, on November 10th. That was a Sunday. We had Mr. Newkirk, Charles Buzzy Newkirk was there along with Mr. Williams. So we honor those people, and we keep, we thank them for all the liberties that they've given us. And when we see all the things that are going on in our country, and some of us, particularly in some of our major cities, these are the people, when we talk about our heroes of World War II and all our other wars and the different things that we've been involved in with our military to keep peace throughout the world. These are the people that we should always tip our cap to and thank them for their service. And these are the people that give us everybody the right, all our Bill of Rights, no matter what they might be, all those rights that are noted within those Bill of Rights. Finally, I just want to close out and say that I hope we can get back to normal ASAP. I hope we don't have any shut down the economy. I would like to see if we can get our gyms back open throughout the state and get people back in there to work out, and just get our dining establishments back, get indoor dining back as soon as possible. I just hope that some good things happen there, and that the governor sees fit to get us going in the right direction. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dennis. Let's go to our fourth ward, Councilman Rick DeLucry.
Thanks, Vince. I guess first I want to join in with Karen, and I'm sure everyone else, in applauding our farmers market for the wonderful recognition they got. I'd gotten a copy of the story that talked about the 10 markets, and very good for Brigantine, very laudatory, and well-deserved. And I think we also all agree with Dennis's final comment that we all look forward to a return to normalcy, as we used to know it, as soon as possible. In that regard, as I say at every meeting, largely in our hands. If we do the things we know we need to do, and they're simple things, we can get there. Unfortunately, since the last time we met, statewide, there's been a regression where we had I forget the exact terminology they used, but I think it was the rate of reproduction of the virus had gotten down to 1, which is where you want it to be, 1 or below. And since then has crept back up to about 1.5. What that means simply is that on a large enough scale to impact statewide numbers, people aren't doing the things they could do, which are, as they say, very simple. It's wearing the masks, it's maintaining social distancing. If we do that, coupled with the efforts that are being made internationally to find the vaccine and then to distribute the vaccine, we can get there. And we can get there in our state even more quickly because we took steps and we took some pain earlier on. But as I go around town, too often I still see people who, for whatever reasons, I don't engage them because whatever reasons they have aren't going to be good ones, refuse to wear masks. And I even saw one quote unquote gentleman in one of our establishments this past week who, when asked nicely by the young man who was working in the establishment to put on a mask, explained he didn't have to because he had a medical condition. Well, A, I don't believe that, and B, there's not an exclusion for that. If you can't wear a mask, then you can't be in a place that requires a mask. But for that person, it was more important for him to get over and to make whatever point he's trying to make than to take, common sense efforts to protect everybody. I've in the past said, I applaud what we, council and Brigantine as a whole, have done because we did approach it, I think, intelligently and soberly. That, recognizing this is a problem, and we got to do what we can do on our own small level to make it go away. So I implore people, please continue to do that. We've had, under the circumstances, I think, a really good summer. By no means over. Got a couple more months at least, and it can continue to be great. If we don't do things, if we don't contribute to doing things which force the hand of the governor or whomever to, renew restrictions that we just as soon not have to live with. One up note about the generosity of the people of Brigantine. The Red Cross is holding a blood drive tomorrow, hosted by St. Thomas Church. And earlier today, when I went to sign on, I see that all the slots are filled. So that's wonderful. The need for blood is, as we all know, constant, and blood drives have struggled even more of late to fill all their slots for reasons we can all figure out. But that has not been a problem for tomorrow in Brigantine, and I'm very happy to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. I'm always impressed by the caring and generosity of the people of our community. Brigantine's a place like no other. Let's go to our councilman at large, Mike Riordan.
Thank you, Vince. First of all, I'd just like to thank everyone who's tuned in here, all the members of the public. We always appreciate you joining us and your input. So thank you very much. Second of all, I'd like to thank our police and fire, and of course, John Doring and his crew for the outstanding job they did yesterday. It was pretty scary there for a while, and so we appreciate it and thank you. Next, I guess Karen, like Rick said, and others, congratulations to you and Jeanette and all the volunteers for the farmers market. Anytime we can get up there as the best farmers market in the country with Idaho and North Dakota and Alaska, it's something to be proud of. So, an outstanding job. That's year after year. All the volunteers. It's just fabulous. Even the people that come and break down at the end, such as Councilman Rick there. So we appreciate that. Good job on that.
And I Shirley sitting here, she is
Shirley did, right? Yes.
Shirley is behind the scenes this year. She's trying to socially distance from everybody, but she's still doing a great job. Thanks, Cheryl.
They always do a great job, Shirley and Sid. It's great to see us on here. Next up, I wanted to say a thank you to the Elks. We had an opportunity, several of us, to be over at the Brigantine Elks this past weekend, where they awarded numerous scholarships, as they do every year, over $25,000 in scholarships for high school students going to college. But the amazing thing this year was that even though they haven't been able to hold a single fundraiser, and they won't be able to have a fundraiser until the end of till next year, they gave out the same amount of money. So kudos to the Brigantine Elks. And also the other phenomenal thing was all the volunteers that have been making masks. They received a proclamation from the city, and I just want to thank them again. They've made over 1,200 masks for everyone, our first responders and senior citizens, and they're in the process right now of making even hundreds more masks for our school children this year when school opens and we're able to have the kids back in school. So that's it. I just want to say great job and thank you, and I hope everyone stays safe and healthy, and thanks very much.
Thank you, Mike. There's always so many impressive things going on in Brigantine. Sometimes I don't even know where to begin. But one of the things I really want to do is thank all of our city employees. One, for getting the city ready for the storm, and also for everything they did yesterday and keeping us safe and all the cleanup. And special thanks to our police, our fire, our public works, and our dispatchers. I know in the middle of that storm, all of those departments were working really, really hard, responding to calls, trees down. I know a roof was collapsing on a porch for one of the house. Fire department was right there, and dispatch was handling all those calls for that. So I really want to thank everybody for their outstanding work and for their work in returning the island back to normal. I drove around yesterday to take a look at the island, and then I look at it today, and tremendous work has been done to clean things up and get things ready. So, thank you to all of our city departments for everything you guys did to, keep Brigantine in a good position. As you know, Brigantine is always working to reduce flooding and to protect our beaches. We invited Congressman Jeff Van Drew yesterday to the island so he could see firsthand, the damage and impact that coastal storms like we had yesterday have on our community. And I don't know if people realize, but a lot of the success that Brigantine has had in receiving federal funds had come from the relationship that Mayor Phil Gunther had with Congressman Lobiondo. The work that the two of them did together really put Brigantine in a strong position to have really strong and vibrant beaches. And with the flood pumps that we put in and, a lot of the federally funded projects to try to reduce flooding, and this all goes back to that CRS rating, the two of them worked really well together. Karen and I had a great opportunity to meet with Congressman Van Drew yesterday to take him around literally in the middle of the storm to show him, what was happening firsthand here on the island, because it's important. It's important for him to see the work that we've done here and the success we've had here in the past, and also to make sure that he understands the importance of having that relationship and having an advocate in Congress that when we apply for these grants and these federal funds, the importance of having someone like him stand up for our community. So yesterday was a great day. I want to thank Karen, for coming out with me and, taking the congressman on a tour. One of the things we really wanted to show him yesterday is our flood stations and, how they're handling things. Luckily for us, the storm went inland further west and flooding wasn't a major issue, but we were able to show him some of the big needs here in Brigantine. So it was a, really important meeting for all of us. At this time, I'd like to open it up to public comments. So this is anything the public would like to comment on. And if you'll signal to our city manager, Jim Bennett, he'll be able to recognize people so we can hear your comments.
Okay, Annie Webb, I think I saw you raising your hand before. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, please do.
Nope, I was just clapping for things that people said. No, nothing to say.
Okay, thanks. Okay, if there's anybody else that wishes to, I believe it's *6. Shirley? Okay, give me a second. I'll unmute you, Shirley. Go ahead, Shirley.
I just wanted to say thank you to the city, to all of you. It's been a very, very stressful time, and I know the city is doing everything in their power to help, and I think they have been great in doing it. Sid and I both appreciate it. I think the farmers market has worked really, really hard. Thank you, Karen, for everything you've been doing this year. And I'll be back next year, but I hope that if we have a market after the season, I'll come back too. In the meantime, I'm working behind the scenes. I just want to thank the city for everything that's going on, and I wish you all good health, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you all again, and hopefully without a mask one day.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shirley.
Thank you.
All right, Deputy Mayor, we'll give it another minute, but again, I believe you hit *6 on your phone. If you're not on a computer, that should signal to me that you wish to be unmuted. All right, Deputy Mayor, I went back through the list again. I don't see anybody requesting to be unmuted.
All right, perfect. We're going to close public comment at this time. Are there any further council comments?
Yes, Vince. Just like to say that Chief Casamento was just in contact with me, and that variable messaging sign has been repaired, and they're going to be getting that out shortly by the Central Business District. Just to advise everybody, just to exercise a little caution going through that area, all the way through and all the way down, right to the really straight ahead all the way down to the Pirates Den, right to down to the end of our north end. We have plenty of people out and about on their bikes and doing whatever. We have businesses. We have the den down there, and so it's just a heads up for everybody. And I just wanted to say to Rick, I wanted to ask Rick DeLucry, who's normally seated to my right. Rick, is it that rate of the reproduction rate you were talking about? Have you checked it recently? Because it might be under 1, like 0.98 is what I had read. I don't know, things are always in flux, but I believe as of like either August 4th or August 2nd, it was 0.98. So it was below that 1.0 mark that they strive for. Just putting that out there. That's information that's online for everybody to check out. And just the last thing was I did mean to give a shout out to Karen. That is quite the accomplishment for everybody involved in the farmers market. I know Karen is a very humble person, and she does a lot. She gets a lot done, and she's low key about it at the same time, as well as all the people that do all the fine work down there. So to get such a thing on a national level is quite a feather in their cap. Excellent.
Thank you, Dennis. Any other council comments? Seeing none, can we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to thank everybody for joining us for our August 5th council meeting. We look forward to seeing you at your next meeting. And again, thank you for seeing your council team at work. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good day.